and I've never said it about anybody else, any other leader in this position. People have been talking about impeaching President Biden. I don't believe President Biden should be impeached. He's the commander-in-chief of the US Armed Forces, who's just essentially surrendered to the Taliban. He shouldn't be impeached. He should be court-martialed for betraying the United States of America and the United States Armed Forces.
Well, there you have it. That's British Colonel Richard Kemp. Very strong words there on Mark Levin's show, that President Biden shouldn't just be impeached. He should be court-martialed because of his negligence when it comes to protecting American life. And we can't say that the White House didn't know what's going on here. We have the best intelligence, the best military in the world. Everybody knew what was happening here. We knew the Taliban were advancing on Afghanistan and Kabul, and we sat around apparently and did nothing to get American citizens out. Now we're playing from behind, and the clock is working against us to get American citizens out. So we'll keep you updated on that, but that's just out from CNN that there's still 4,000 American citizens in Afghanistan that cannot get out or have not been able to get out to date. I came across this other story in, let's see, this is from Intercessors for America. This is a group that shares prayer needs among Christians, can pledge to pray. And this is a testimony of a believer, a Christian, fighting to get out of Afghanistan. And I'm just going to read this. This was published yesterday, so just one day ago. This was published by an intercessor named Elizabeth Herder, and she's talking about this family trying to get out and flee Afghanistan. So I'm just going to read this before we go into a break. My family was packing to leave town in a few hours, but the news caught my eye. Kabul had fallen. A dear friend and her husband lived there, and in a split second, the realization of what a Taliban coup would mean for her dawned. She is a Taliban target trifecta, a woman, a Christian, and an interpreter. M, which is the short name for the person stuck in Afghanistan, so we don't reveal her identity here. M returned my frantic messages right away, and for the next 72 hours, her messages chronicled the advance of the Taliban on the airport. She and her husband had already been ahead of the curve and had already secured tickets out of Kabul. I was relieved that they were already